Listen carefully. You don't get to dream big and live easy. The ones who conquer the summit are the ones willing to bury who they used to be. You say you want greatness. You say you want freedom. But are you willing to bleed for it? Are you willing to walk alone when the whole world laughs? Are you willing to watch comfort burn and build your kingdom out of ashes? Big dreams are not handed out. They are extracted from your soul through sacrifice. There is no other way. There will never be another way. Question yourself. Do you want it, or do you just like the sound of wanting it? 1. Dreams demand blood, not tears, not words, not someday maybe promises. Blood, time you can't get back. Relationships you must outgrow. Comfort you must bury. The price, everything weak inside you. The reward, everything strong that's waiting to be born. Every dreamer has 2 lives, the one they cling to and the one they're too afraid to earn. Which one are you living in right now? 2. Discipline is your sword. Every day you delay, the blade rusts. Every time you give in to weakness, the edge dulls. Discipline is not suffering, it's weaponry. It's the ability to command your own mind, to dominate your own impulses, to control your own fire. Without discipline, your dreams will rot in the graveyard of almost. Without discipline, you will sell your future for pennies of pleasure. Ask yourself, when your feelings scream quit, will your discipline roar louder? 3. Sacrifice is purification. There are weights you must drop. There are roads you must leave behind. You must become lighter than your fears, faster than your doubts. You must burn who you are to reveal who you could be. Sacrifice is not loss. Sacrifice is exchange. You give up what is less to become something more. But beware, if you refuse the sacrifice, you refuse the destiny. Are you willing to walk away from the people, the habits, the comfort that has kept you ordinary? Or will you stay shackled to a life half-lived, whispering dreams into the dark? You think your pain is special. You think your struggles are different. They're not. They are the initiation. No warrior walks onto the battlefield and complains about the sword's weight. No storm fears the crack of its own thunder. You were built for this, but you have to choose it. You have to decide. Right here, right now. No one will outlast you. No one will outdiscipline you. No one will outsacrifice you. Because this is the law of power. The deeper your sacrifice, the higher your rise. So tell me, what comfort are you finally ready to kill, to free yourself? Comment below. I choose discipline over comfort. Let the world know the weak parts of you are on notice. You say you choose discipline. Good, but understand this. Discipline is not built when it's easy. It's forged when it's brutal. You will be tempted. You will be tested. The old you will claw and beg for mercy. Will you flinch, or will you remain still like the mountain, unmoved, unbreakable, untouchable? 4. Power comes from silence. Noise is the language of the lost. The world will shout at you. Come back, stay small, play safe. They will mock your focus. They will fear your discipline. Why? Because every step you take toward power is a mirror to their own cowardice. Silence is your shield. Detach from the noise. Detach from the applause. Detach from the applause. Detach from the criticism. Detach from the need to explain yourself to those not strong enough to understand. Power belongs to the one who does not beg to be seen. Are you strong enough to move in silence? Build in silence, win in silence, and let your results do the screaming. 5. Detachment is domination. You think clinging makes you strong. It doesn't. It weakens you. It makes you needy. It makes you easy to break. Detach. Detach from oakhams. Detach from validation. Detach from the opinions of sheep who have never tasted real struggle. Your value was never in the hands of the crowd. It was always hidden in the fortress of your own mind. Build that fortress, brick by brick, choice by brutal choice. When you no longer need anything outside yourself to feel powerful, you become unstoppable. You don't chase dreams anymore. You command them. Ask yourself, what must you finally detach from to rise? 6. Pain is your purifier. You think pain is a punishment. It's not. Pain is the proof. It's the sculptor's blade, carving the soft marble of your weakness into something immortal. Every time you endure it, every time you walk through it, you become less of what chains you and more of what frees you. Pain doesn't destroy you. Your resistance to it does. Let the fire burn away what is not real. Let it reveal the iron of who you are. The next time life cuts you, don't curse the blade. Smile at the opportunity to bleed for something greater. You cannot pray for strength and curse the weight that builds it. You say you want power. You say you want mastery. But what are you willing to lose for it? The habits that comfort you? The people who drain you? The identity that pacifies you? Or are you just another dreamer who speaks of kingdoms but is too afraid to dethrone their own weakness? Remember this: if you cannot rule yourself, you are not fit to rule anything. Dominate your mind, or be dominated by your circumstances. There is no middle ground. The mirror is waiting. The battlefield is calling. The storm is already on its way. So tell me, when the winds of pain howl, will you crumble, or will you roar back? Comment below. I was built for the storm. Prove to yourself that your spirit is louder than your suffering. You say you were built for the storm. Then prove it, because the storm doesn't care about your intentions. It only respects your endurance. 7. Mastery is born in repetition. Greatness is not an event. It is a ritual. It's the 1,000 invisible battles fought in silence, while the world is busy watching someone else. You think your breakthrough will be a lightning bolt. It won't. It will be 1,000 small cuts, 1,000 silent wars, 1,000 lonely nights of choosing your purpose over your pleasure. The world will see your rise and call it magic, but you will know it was simply discipline, stacked on discipline, stacked on discipline, until destiny had no choice but to kneel before you. So ask yourself, what daily war are you willing to win without applause, for as long as it takes? 8. Resilience is your rebellion. You live in a world where quitting is a lifestyle, where softness is worshipped, where excuses are crowned like kings. If you can endure, if you can survive the breaking without breaking, you become dangerous, you become rare. Resilience is the middle finger to the mediocrity trying to infect your soul. Resilience is a rebellion, a declaration. I do not bend, I do not beg, I do not break. The stronger your resilience, the weaker the world's grip on you. When life claws at your dreams with bloody hands, will you surrender your crown, or will you let pain sharpen your blade? 9. Identity is your iron. You will never outwork the story you tell yourself. If you see yourself as weak, you will act weak. If you see yourself as a victim, you will behave like one. Change the story, or stay chained to the one that cages you. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are the architect of your mind. You are the forger of your fate. You are the one who decides whether this life becomes your masterpiece or your excuse. When you look in the mirror, what do you really see? A prisoner or a warrior sharpening their spirit? The world whispers to you every day, give up, be smaller, be softer, be realistic. But if you listen closely, there's another voice inside you, a quieter voice, older, wiser, more ruthless. It says endure, rise, dominate, and when everything around you collapses, when every voice tells you to fold, that whisper becomes a roar inside your chest, unshakable, unstoppable, unbreakable. You are not here to survive. You are here to conquer yourself. So tell me, when the war inside your mind breaks open, will you surrender, or will you command yourself to rise through the fire? Comment below. I forge myself in fire. Seal your new identity in the open, where weakness used to hide. You say you forge yourself in fire. Then understand, the fire is not your enemy. It is your baptism, your rebirth. 10. Commitment is the gatekeeper. Dreams are cheap, desires are fragile, but commitment is sacred. It is the vow you make when no one is watching. It's the line you draw that says, I will not retreat, I will not negotiate, I will not apologize for wanting more. Without commitment, your goals are dust in the wind. With commitment, you are the storm that shapes mountains. There will be days your body aches. There will be nights your mind screams for escape. There will be moments you will taste the bitter poison of doubt. But the committed, they walk anyway, they rise anyway, they build anyway, and they don't ask the world for permission. They take their place, silently, ruthlessly, absolutely. Ask yourself, are you a tourist in your dreams, or are you ready to become a citizen of sacrifice? 11. The price of greatness is solitude. You will be misunderstood. You will be mocked. You will be abandoned by those who only loved your weakness. But solitude is a sword. When wielded correctly, it cuts away every lie you ever told yourself to feel safe. When you walk alone, you hear the true voice inside you. the one that does not flinch, the one that does not beg, the one that commands. Isolation is not punishment. It is the sacred ground where you are broken apart and rebuilt as something unshakable. The greatest warriors are forged in solitude, where no applause can reach them, and no weakness can hide from them. Will you endure the loneliness of rising above the mediocre, or will you crawl back to the false comfort of the herd? 12. Control is the final mastery. Control of thought, control of action, control of emotion, control of energy. It is not about killing your feelings. It's about commanding them, directing them, harnessing them like wild horses until they pull your chariot, not shatter it. A man without control is a puppet, pulled by every doubt, torn by every fear, ruled by every weakness. A man with control is a king, and kings don't ask for permission to rule. They claim the throne within themselves first, and the world bends second. Master yourself, or remain mastered by the world. You were not born for chains. You were not built for apologies. You were sculpted for dominion. But that kingdom will not be given to you. It must be carved out of your mind, one brutal choice at a time. This is the final truth. Your dreams are waiting, but they are not waiting forever. There will come a day when the doors slam shut, when your chances dry up, when your body can no longer cash the checks your mind writes. That day is coming, and only two questions will remain. Did you rise, or did you retreat? Did you pay the price, or did you trade your destiny for comfort? Tell me, when the clock runs out, will you be crowned by your sacrifice or crushed by your excuses? Comment below. I choose to rise, no matter the cost. Make it clear to yourself and to the weakness within you that your mind is no longer negotiable. You say you choose to rise, no matter the cost. Then let me tell you the truth, that few will dare whisper, the cost is everything. But what you build from the ashes is worth more than everything you left behind. 13. Hunger is the sacred fuel. Without hunger, talent rots. Without hunger, strength sleeps. Without hunger, the greatest potential stays locked in the dungeon of almost. You must awaken a hunger so savage, so relentless, that nothing can seduce you into softness. Not fear, not failure, not even temporary success. Hunger does not negotiate. Hunger does not apologize. Hunger consumes weakness and breathes resilience. Feed it with your discipline. Sharpen it with your sacrifice. Fuel it with every moment someone doubted you, betrayed you, underestimated you. Because when others rest, hunger keeps you moving. When others celebrate, hunger keeps you building. When others quit, hunger keeps you alive. Ask yourself, is your hunger bigger than your history? Bigger than your excuses? Bigger than your fears? 14. Vision is the immortal fire. Without vision, you perish. You crawl through life, chasing small comforts and empty victories. Vision is the fire in the dark. It is the crown you build in your mind, long before the world sees it on your head. Without vision, your discipline rots into mere routine. Without vision, your sacrifices dissolve into regret. Without vision, your power leaks away into bitterness and resentment. You must see what you are building. You must feel it, taste it, breathe it, bleed for it. Vision turns lonely nights into sacred training grounds. Vision turns rejection into refinement. Vision turns every scar into a weapon. But understand, vision is not given to you. You must seize it. You must carve it out with ruthless clarity. So ask yourself, what throne do you see waiting for you beyond the war? What future is screaming your name from across the storms? 15. Relentlessness is your resurrection. Every dream will test you. Every vision will betray you, just to see if you're loyal enough to keep moving. Relentlessness is not about running faster. It's about never stopping. It's about dragging your broken, bleeding soul through the battlefield of life and daring the world to break you. It's about showing up after defeat, and again after failure, and again after heartbreak, until the world itself bows to your persistence. When the world turns its back, when the money dries up, when the stage goes dark, when your strength crumbles, relentlessness is what picks you up, lifts your sword, and marches you forward, silent, brutal, immortal. You want to talk about destiny. Destiny is not magic. Destiny is a debt, and only the relentless pay it in full. You will not be remembered for how comfortable you were. You will be remembered for how much fire you carried. when everything inside you begged to fall to your knees. You say you want greatness, but will you crawl for it? Will you bleed for it? Will you become unrecognizable to the coward you used to be? There is no nobility in dying with your potential locked inside. There is only regret, regret that poisons the bones and drowns the spirit long before the final breath. Choose differently. Choose to exhaust your soul in the direction of your dreams. Choose to give this life everything it demands, and more, because on the other side of all this pain is a version of you so powerful, so untouchable, that even the ghosts of your fears will kneel before you. Tell me, when your body gives out, will your soul still be marching? Comment below. I will outlast my limits. Swear it now, and let the weakness that once ruled you tremble. You say you will outlast your limits. Good, because that's exactly what it takes. Understand this: limits are not real. They are myths whispered by your weaker self to justify surrender. You were never meant to live inside those walls. You were born to tear them down. 16. Identity death is the final sacrifice. The version of you clinging to safety, the one terrified of failure, the one addicted to validation, that version must die, not gently, not with a polite goodbye, but violently, brutally, completely. Every moment you cling to your old self, you delay your future. Every time you feed your fears, you betray your destiny. There is no path to power that does not pass through the funeral of who you used to be. Bury the coward, bury the addict, bury the people pleaser, bury the dreamer who never dared to act, and from the ashes, rise as the one who commands their fate without apology, without permission, without fear. Ask yourself, who must you finally kill inside yourself to finally live? 17. Power is quiet. Power is absolute. The loudest one in the room is always the weakest. Real power doesn't need to announce itself. Real power moves in silence, strikes in silence, wins in silence. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to prove anything. You need only to know, deeply, ruthlessly, unshakably, who you are becoming. Power is a current. It flows under the surface, invisible but undeniable. Build that current inside yourself, so that even when you stand still, the world can feel the storm gathering in your bones. No explanations, no validation, only domination through presence. 18. Freedom is earned, not given. Freedom from fear, freedom from weakness, freedom from the puppet strings society wraps around the soft and the slow. You want true freedom? Earn it. Fight for it. Bleed for it. Sacrifice your illusions for it. Freedom is reserved for the few willing to die to their comfort and be reborn in unbreakable self-mastery. Freedom is not living without rules. It's living by your own code, a code you carve in stone through every sleepless night, every lonely step, every silent battle that no one will ever see. Freedom is not granted by governments. It is seized by warriors of the spirit, warriors like you. This world does not owe you peace. It does not owe you joy. It owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the fight. You owe yourself the climb. You owe yourself the pain that transforms and the scars that crown you. You owe it to yourself to become a living monument to what is possible when one human being decides absolutely, without compromise, to dominate their fate. So when the darkness closes in, when your strength falters, when the easy road calls you like a siren in the night, remember, you did not come this far to break. You did not sacrifice your old self just to fall on your knees again. You did not crawl through hell to kneel before fear. You came to conquer. You came to rise. You came to set fire to every chain they ever placed on you. And when they look at you, let them see the embodiment of relentless discipline, unbreakable resilience, ruthless detachment, sacred hunger, and absolute mastery. Let them see a force that cannot be explained, only endured. Now tell me, when the dust settles, when the battlefield lies silent, when your enemies fade into shadows, will you be standing? Will you be crowned by the sacrifices you dared to make? Comment below. I am the storm. I am the fire. I am the master of my fate. Let the old you hear it. Let the world hear it. And let the new you rise.